Good, and we are starting lying on the floor. You can have your legs outstretched, or you can have your feet flat on the floor, depending on how your back is feeling. Lie down and feel your body supported by the ground. Let your breath be long and reach all the way towards your toes. Feeling the whole of your body connected with Mother Earth. And if there are any areas that feel a little bit tense, just send the breath to release them. In today's class, we're going to bring with us the Sutra 2.1, which is about tapas. And tapas is about discipline and burning things that we no longer serve, that no longer serve us. Sutra 2.1 says the practice of yoga is a conscious and disciplined offering to something bigger. And in Sanskrit, easy for me to say, it reads, Tapa, Svadhyaya, Ishvara Dindanti, Kriya Yoga. So Kriya is always a cleansing. The practice of yoga is a conscious and disciplined offering to something bigger. So I want you to just let those words resonate in your head and see what it might mean to you. And we're going to now put the intention for our practice today. So the intention for your practice can be something that you might want to achieve, but you can also offer your practice for somebody that you care for. And perhaps that can be your something bigger. Lengthen your breath. And bringing your hands by the sides of your hips. Let your head roll side to side. Bend your knees and bring your feet flat onto the floor. And feel your feet touching the floor, feel the ground underneath. We're going to push the feet into the floor, tucking the tailbone under, flattening the lower back and letting the chin go up towards the sky. And as we release, the chin comes towards the chest. There is a little gap between the floor and your lower back, and your hip tilts down. So tilting your hips and letting your back move and your head move together. Now see if you can do the same, just moving your head and letting your hip move together with your head. Good. And bring yourselves back to center. Sway your knees side to side. Releasing the hips. Giving a little bit of a twist to the lower back. Lovely. And bring yourselves back to center. And bring your arms up towards the sky, then bring them overhead. You can bend the elbows as you bring the arms to the side of through the floor. as if you were doing a snow angel or a sand angel. Just letting their shoulders open up. It doesn't have to be a strong movement. Change the direction of the circle, bringing your arms to the side and then overhead and back to the side of the body. Good. Now bring your knees over your hips and your arms over your chest. And we're going to contract the core muscle. So contract your abdomen and have opposite arm and leg extending away from each other and then coming back to center. This will activate your abdominal wall. Opposite arm and leg comes away and back to center. Imagine that you are floating underwater. Maybe you can make the movement a little bit more fluid. The hand that stays over your chest just stays there, it doesn't move anywhere. And the opposite hand and leg moves overhead. A little bit of coordination. Lovely. And bring yourselves back to center. Bring your hands onto your knees and make circles with your knees in one direction. And circles on the other direction. And bring your nose between your knees, straighten the back of your neck and your upper back. And then bring your hands underneath your head and stretch both legs onto the floor. Lift your head to look at your toes and let the sides of the neck get a little bit of a stretch. Bringing the head side to side. And release, full body stretch, 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 stretch. And relax. And bring yourselves onto your sides. So we are lying onto the side. You can hold your head with your hand and bring your knees 90 degrees and they are just in front of your hip. So this is a very good exercise to strengthen your hips and let the stabilizers work, and it complements well with what we were doing yesterday. So the head can be resting over your arm, and we're going to start just bringing the knee up and down. That's it. So check that the leg doesn't come too far up. So you don't need to bring the leg all the way up. The leg comes almost just a little bit higher than your hip, so that we are concentrating the energy on that gluteus area. That's it, keep going. Alex, bring your knees a little bit closer to your hip. So the knees are just in front of your hip. That's it. And the shins are parallel to the long edge of the mat. Lovely. So now we're going to keep the leg up and pulsate for 10, 9, pulsate the legs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Tap your hip if you need to. And we're going to start lifting the bottom half. So your shin, bringing it up and down. Your knees are together. I call this one the Charleston. So we're dancing a little bit of Charleston. Knees together and just the shins come up. That's it. Good. Excellent. Only maybe bring your knees a little bit higher up. I can't really tell from this perspective if you're exactly in the right position. Your legs should be like 90 degrees. Now we'll keep your feet together and lift your knee. If you have done Pilates, this is like the climb in Pilates, but in Pilates, the climb is with the feet closer to your buttocks. Good. And now we're going to do shins, knees, shins, knees. That's it. I like putting my hand on the femur. I was just checking how that wonderful movement is influencing the whole of the hip joint and the thigh. Lovely. And relax. Tap your hip. Now make sure that you're not letting your body completely slump towards the floor. Your core is still engaged and you have a little bit of a gap between your waist and the floor. So you are not relaxing everything. Now bring your leg forwards. Your toes are pointing towards the floor. And we're going to tap, tap, tap. That's it. Tapping your toe towards the floor. Keep your legs straight if you can. Feel the burn. Burning. Tapas. Yes. Straighten your knee, Anna. And relax. Well done. Now turn around. Bring the ankle over the knee and stretch that hip. So the right ankle comes over the left knee and let that outer hip get a nice stretch. And release the left leg, bring the right leg up and just rotate the right ankle, straightening the leg, feeling the back of the leg, working hard. And relax. Change sides. I am changing the position of my head, but we're going to do exactly the same. So you can just change around and face back. So your arm is sheltering your head. Knees are just in front of your hips. Shins are parallel to the long edge of the mat. And the hand can be in front of you or over your hip, it doesn't matter. We're going to start lifting and lowering the top leg. That's it. So that we can feel the outer edges of the hip being active. Check that the shins, from where you are, you should be able to sort of see your foot. If your feet are towards your hips, you won't be able to. So just have your legs 90 degrees angle. That's it, good. And now keep the leg up at the same height as your hip and pulsate for 10, 9, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Tap that hip. And let's do the child's turn. Lifting your shin, keeping the knees together. That's it. Good candidates for Strictly. When is Strictly starting? Good. Now keep the feet together and lift the knees. Knee comes up. And you can feel that strong contraction on your glutes. And then the full Charleston. Foot, knee, foot, knee. That's it. Very good. Last one. And tap your hip. Bring the leg forwards. Turn the foot towards the floor and tap, 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 tap. That's it. Feeling the burn. Tap, 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 and relax. Good. Turn around. Facing the ceiling. Bring the ankle over the knee. Stretching the hips. Bringing the leg towards your chest. Breathe deeply. And release the right leg, bring the left leg up and rotate your ankle, stretching the back of the leg. Good. And bring your hands underneath your knees. We're going to rock backwards and forwards and then come into balance. So coming into Navasana. Hands underneath and rock backwards and forwards. And then balance. And then rock. And balance. And rock. And balance. See if you can let go of your knees. And rock. And balance. So in here, you can stay with your knees bent, your back is straight, your hands by the side, or you can extend the legs for a full Navasana. Hands by the sides of your legs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, come on Rebecca, 1, cross your legs. Bring your hands underneath your knees and come into all fours. Very good. And from where you are, just push and pull your chest inside your shoulders. So you're mobilizing your shoulder blades, your shoulder girdle. And change direction. So you're making circles onto your shoulders. Now with your hips, make circles with your hip in one direction and on the other direction. Lovely. And we're going to come into a balance and a twist. So please watch for a moment. Most of you have done this with me. So you can sit onto your shins or sit onto the floor just to watch. We're going to bring one arm underneath the other and the hand is in front of the face. And you let the head move. So in this case, I'm placing my left hand underneath the right. Right hand is in front of my face and my head can move. Then you bring the leg back and you bring the arm up. If this is all that you want to do, then you stay there. If you want to balance a little bit more, you bring the leg, you can bring the leg up. You can also reach and catch the foot, bringing the knee towards the ceiling. You might roll, and if you roll, don't worry about it. Just make sure that there is nothing around that can harm you. Then we're going to release. So if the leg hasn't come up, keep it down. Then we're going to bring the leg forwards to where, this is my right leg, where my left hand is, and release the arm behind and look towards the sky. I will talk you step by step on this. It is a little bit hard on the knees, so if you need to double up the mat, you can double up the mat. And I am going to be talking you through it, so don't worry. You won't have to remember everything. Good. So, I'll come as close as I can so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, we're going to start with bringing the left arm underneath. So come into all fours. And bring the left arm up and then through. And the right hand is in front of your face. And your head is able to move. Your head is not looking upwards. Your chin is just slightly tucked in towards your chest. That's it. Now, you will feel that if you push into your right hand, your right leg might want to extend back.
because that way you have a little bit more of an opening. And then you can bring your right hand up. Just see how you feel. And I bring your chin in a little bit. That's it, better, that's it, good. Now, these might be all that you want to do. Or maybe you want to bring the leg up. Victoria, maybe bring your chin in as well a little bit. That's it. Whee! If you roll, just let it roll. Don't hold it. If you have the flexibility and you want to reach for your foot, you can. Don't compromise your neck. That's it, Liz. Well done. Whee! And release. Bring the leg in front of you. And let the arm come behind. Well done. And bring the right hand in front of you. Bring the right leg behind. Have a little rest and child's pose. You can rock your head side to side. And we're going to do it on the other side. So something that is really important on this twist and balance is not to collapse on any part of the body. So if I was bringing my hand here and collapsing on my shoulder, my neck will get too soft and I might hurt my neck. So everything stays with integrity. I am not slumping here. I am keeping the body open. I'm keeping the twist. I'm keeping engaged. Okay, let me watch you. So let's do the other side now. Right arm up and thread your right hand underneath your left. That's it. After, bring your hand a little bit further forward so that your left hand, so that you have room for your head. That's it. And the elbow is pointing up towards the sky. So the left hand is able to push your chest. Don't worry if you roll. That's it. Rebecca, I think your chin needs to be towards your chest a little bit more. So the right shoulder is strong. Then you can bring the leg back onto the floor. You don't need to float it yet. Whee! Just go gently. Once you are in the right position, you can lift the leg. And if you want to try and catch the foot, bend the knee and catch the foot. That is more advanced. So only if you can. Alex, you really rolled there. Good. And then, are you okay, Adrian? Yeah, good. Then bring the leg to the side and bring the arm behind. And release, coming back to center. Rest your forehead onto your hands. And it's time for our Shavasana. So if you feel comfortable on your child's pose, you can stay there. If you want to lie down onto the floor, you can lie down onto the floor. You can go into sitting, whichever way you feel that you can relax to digest what you just did in the class. And wherever you're at, close your eyes. And just feel the whole body. especially in postures where we might not have full control of our balance, of our body. This is where we have to really apply non-attachment and let go, offer that practice for something greater than us. And keep doing it, keep cultivating that curiosity, that discipline that will help us in our yoga journey. So you work onto it with lightness on your heart, not taking yourselves too seriously, offering what you're doing for something that is bigger than just you. It can be your higher self, anything that you believe in. And calm your body once more, just check in if there are any areas of tension. And thank your body and your mind for the practice you were able to do today. Inhale, start wiggling your toes and your fingers, rolling your head side to side. Bring your head back to center. Bring your legs together and stretch your arms over your head, full body stretch. And relax. Bring your knees towards your chest, hug your knees. Rock side to side, releasing any tension in your lower back. And when you're ready, bring yourselves up into sitting. We're going to close with our arms and shantis. Keep your eyes closed and your back straight. Inhale to begin, inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Bring your palms together. Rub your palms. And bring your palms over your face. Inhale deeply. Open your eyes to the darkness of your hands. Slide your hands to your chest and bow your head. Namaste. Well done. Good.